Welcome back to the YouTube thing.
Oh, wait.
Hey, that sounds like a matching still.
How is this all possible?
I'm going to show you some videos, guys. They're quite extraordinary today, and it's about black fatigue. Now, this isn't actually coming from me. Yeah, Tim the racist, obviously. This is coming from the black community themselves. They seem to be a little bit threaders with people within their own communities. Now, listen, this is a bit more prevalent in America, where they have 13% of the population black, than it is in the UK, when we have 3% of our population black. So I'm going to run some films, but look, here's a thing for you, right? Stay for the last one. It will shock you a little bit. What is black fatigue then? Well, black fatigue refers to the physical, psychological, and emotional exhaustion resulting from the constant stress of racism, assaults, thefts, murders, and exposure to news and information about injustice and violence by people of colour. Basically, I look at this as people being dicks. I look at it as a lack of standards, maybe an absence of fathers in the home or indeed the community. Let's jump into some films. And this is black exhaustion, basically.
I said sit.
Ma'am.
Take your item and leave.
Yep. Yeah.
I paid for it.
So take
Nah.
your leave.
Take me out of here.
Why?
You gonna take me out of here or what?
No, I don't want to.
You want her
Can
to
you just leave?
I paid for this item earlier today and I'm not leaving until I get a replacement.
out there and refund it?
All right, let's take me out.
Do you have a receipt?
Let's go.
Can you stop
Take me out.
Don't touch me.
Take me out.
You want to go to jail?
Take me out. Take me out, officer, deputy, sheriff. Take me out.
You don't leave, you're going to go to jail. And the dog's going to go to the ACC.
Excuse me?
If you don't leave...
My dog's on a leash.
Yeah, but your dog... When you go to jail, your dog's going to go to the ACC.
Let's go to jail, please. I love it.
Are you refusing to leave? Ma'am? Here.
Oh my god.
That dude at the end with his hand like, oh my, I mean, that did make me laugh a little bit. He's like, oh, come on, just get this out. Now, obviously, don't get me wrong. What we could be witnessing here as well is a lot of mental illness, okay, going pretty much undiagnosed. And in the UK, especially, there was something called care in the community that came in. And unfortunately, a lot of people that should have been maybe in a better place for them ended up coming into the community. And that wasn't necessarily something that was beneficial for, say, let's just say everyone else. You know what I mean? So,
You gonna put your hands on me with a concussion?
Mr. Wallace,
You gonna put your hands on me with a
you're
concussion?
under arrest,
You gonna
okay?
put your hands on me with a concussion?
You're under arrest.
You gonna put your hands on me with a concussion?
just arrest the
Mr.
guy.
Wallace,
Come
you're
on,
under arrest.
Man. I work for the city, man.
Okay.
You gonna put your hands on me
can.
with a concussion?
He can. He's just getting
You
really...
gonna put your hands on me with a concussion?
Just talk, have a conversation.
Really? Y'all gonna put your hands on me with a concussion? Y'all gonna play tough with me with a concussion?
None of us have even walked towards you.
Bro, you gonna tell me I'm under arrest, and I know I'm under arrest.
Okay, but what I'm saying
I
is...
know I'm under arrest.
Mr.
So what
Wallace,
you telling me I'm under arrest?
You gotta comply with our orders,
What
man.
the f am I not complying for? What am I not complying with?
Okay, so here's an order then. You're under arrest, turn around, put your hands on.
There you go, there's an order.
Man.
That's the order. Not doing it, not complying, mate. Come on,
Y'all know.
just comply. You're not
Like I
complying.
said, bro. Like I said, bro. I gotta
Mr.
figure out
Wallace.
what the. I gotta figure out what the. I'm
And
doing
you'll
with
have the
my money.
opportunity.
I said I'm doing what the I'm doing. I said I'm doing.
Well,
What
that was the order that we gave you. That's the lawful order,
okay,
right?
so now y'all gonna tell me I'm resisting?
Well, not yet. You're not resisting. You're just standing there. But as soon as we
What?
try to put...
Mr. Wallace, can you please put the
God
phone
damn
down?
it. For what? I gotta figure out my money.
We'll figure it out back at the station, okay?
No,
Now
I
you're-
can't figure it
you're
out
getting-
at the station.
You're getting really, like, excited, and we're just talking to you like...
In front of my kids, you pulled a taser out
Can
in
you
front of my
please
kid.
turn around?
Okay.
He pulled a taser out in
Turn
front
around.
of my kid. Bro, you
Turn
pulled
around.
a taser out in front of my kid.
Turn
And
around.
if you
Now, a lot of this, I've done some research into it, guys, all right, before we all say, you know, black people are evil and everything else, because that's not fundamentally true. However, there is a subset of certain societies, subset of our society as well. As I said, most of the e-bike crime is done by white gangs. So there are people who are really in not great places in their communities. And I think the problem is sometimes we see them pushing the police to get a reaction. So remember what the left did as well, without getting deep into politics. The actions of the left is to push. Their action is to get a reaction from you. And then they can go, look what that guy did to me. Look what he did to me. And that's what we're saying as well. So there is that culture going on. Let's not forget that. Let's look at some more. Now, they erected a statue in New York for something about a black woman or something. And this woman actually says pretty much what we all feel about it.
It's a bad representation for black women.
Okay, yeah.
It's actually horrible. So many successful black women out here. Why did you have to put LaQuisha? That's a representation is LaQuisha. The box braids. I love you. On the hip. That's attitude. You know, like, that's a bad representation. There's so many successful black women. Beautiful. You had to go dig up LaQuisha.
And that's the thing. That woman's absolute breath of fresh air. She's calling it out. Well, watch this film and we'll look at someone else who's also calling out this kind of behavior. What this is like a mid-level violence is where they push, push. Now, don't get me wrong, communities do it. I just wonder whether we're seeing it more because there's more filming. Maybe there's more animation within the black community. So therefore, when you film them, it's kind of easier to see this kind of level of, as I said, mid-level violence coming from them. So look at this guy, like, it's a didn't do nothing, isn't it, really?
Yes, can I get 5 shots right now?
Right now.
5 shots.
Can you be nice?
Damn, she got a DDR on her.
You're not filming us, are you?
Nah, this is stream. I'm filming me. Whoever.
Don't film us. You need to ask us before you do that.
We filming me. You gotta.
It's pointing over here.
Oh, he don't speak English, so every time somebody talks to the camera, he put it on him.
Okay. You know what? I think you guys need to go.
We ain't even do that. What if he stopped filming?
You need to put
If
the
the
camera
race is
away.
cool.
Alright, put it down real quick. It's on me, bro. It's on me. You ain't gotta put it on.
Yeah. No, you guys need to go. Go.
It's on me.
No, I've already told you. I've told you twice now. You gotta go. I'm not dealing with that.
She racist, y'all. She
Oh,
racist.
yeah, I'm racist.
Yes, you're racist.
Get that on camera. Get out of here.
She's racist.
She racist, y'all. You know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous. That's the mid-level violence. That's the poke, 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 poke. We're not even filming you as it films them. You know what I mean? That's what people are getting pissed off a little bit. Now, I've got some theories about this, and we'll go into them in a second. But there's a lot of people ending up in this kind of situation here. Ground News have decided to sponsor this video. They are good people, and when they said, can I sponsor you, Tim? I was like, hell to the yes, because I used their product already, and I said, what's going to be a great deal for me is going to be a great deal for you guys as well. 40% off the Vantage plan, top tier plan. Let's head over there now. So what Ground News does, it brings all these news articles in from across the political spectrum. It looks at the biases on them as well. So if I was to scroll to this article here, which is about the UK economy expanding by 0.5% in February, higher than expected, and I clicked on it, we can see straight away that there's 16 news sources that have reported on it. It is a leaning left. Why? Because we've got a left-wing government, haven't we? So maybe the right aren't reporting on it too much. And you can see there's about 6 in the centre. Now, what you can do then, pretty much, 55% centrist, kind of a centrist article. You can then have a read, have a bit of a summary here if you want to, and then you can go and pick your favourite paper down here anywhere you want, and you can click on that link. It then takes you across to that paper, and if you can see at the very top, you've also got a taskbar on Chrome that also helps you see what is going on. You have a read of it if you want. There you go, to all kinds of different papers. And you can also look at the factuality of it. How factual are these things that are coming out? And also, who owns those papers, right? So you know when you're being kind of like hoodwinked. Ground News is the only way that I get unbiased news. And the offer today is 40% off the Vantage plan. It's a good plan. I use it myself, about £7 a month, guys. Get after it. Now listen to this, man. There's another commentator we're going to look at in a minute. But you know what I mean? There are some stand-up guys in every community. Here's one right now. The thing is, though, unless we actually kind of control these kind of elements within our community, which is inherently quite difficult, of course, we're going to get these kind of actions, and everyone's going to be tarred with the same brush.
This is why people have black fatigue. And had the nerve to say, what you gonna do about it? That's crazy work. Where her baby? And when these videos go viral, when these things happen, do you think that lady will respect black lives, or do you think she just created a racist? Someone who will now look at black women or black people in general and say, I don't trust her, I'm scared, or I'm afraid, or I want to cross the street when I see them walking. Say what you want about other races, but I just don't see other races of people doing the things that I see my own people doing in viral videos. And if white people or Spanish or any other race of people are doing these types of things, show me, let me know, send me the clip.
Yeah, and this is why black fatigue is viral now. There's a big push as well. Remember that the white population in the planet is the minority population. They reckon about 4 or 5% of people are actually white. And of course, we know there's a replacement theory going on. Well, the theory is a theory. But we know that, you know, we are being obviously replaced across the whole of Europe at the moment. A white person can be called either racist or extinct. I choose racist. You can still be proud of who you are and your heritage. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't matter which race of people you actually belong to. This was a nice area until all the whites moved in, said no one ever. I'm seeing a lot more of this now online where people are going, hang on a second, what are the problems within our community? Is it white people moving in, or is it black people moving in? And this is all coming out of America at the moment.
Black fatigue, or ghetto fatigue, is a real thing, and no one's staying silent about it any longer. No nationality wants to be involved or bothered by this loud, obnoxious group of people. No one, not even hard-working black Americans. I mean, I'm telling no lies here. Everywhere that group of people go, chaos follows. And no matter where you go, they're there. You can't go on a cruise ship because they done ghettoed it out. Have you seen the Carnival cruise ships? It looks like a fucking barbecue. And if you haven't noticed, it's always the same group of people. You know, loud, bonnets, pajamas, big ass eyelashes that flutter.
I'm a big fan of like taking accountability for everything I do with people around me, especially in my school. All right, you'll be in my school and you'll hear me talk to my guys about failures and errors I've made during the week, mistakes there, and how I'm going to overcome them. Okay, total evaluation, debrief. You know, a good pilot always evaluates their performance. We understand that, and if you haven't got that accountability, and I think that's what's lacking in society right now, then you end up with this kind of mentality, unfortunately, as this good man here is talking about by calling out people within his own community. All right, step off, girlfriend. I don't know what that means.
It is not because you are black. I repeat, it is not because you are black. It is because you lack morals, self-respect, and character. You are loud, you are obnoxious, disrespectful, with very little regard for anyone else. You don't just tolerate dysfunction, you defend it. You protect the degenerates, and then you try to silence anyone who is calling for accountability.
And of course, there is an anti-white narrative going about right now. And if you've got an agenda, you may as well attack white people for it. Why not?
Ma'am, she can't be eating out the grapes.
Why are you in my business?
No,
I've
store
seen
policies. They started cracking down now.
The store policy says her ass to eat those grapes.
Ma'am, you uphold this child, telling her ass can eat these grapes?
This is a free word. I can do whatever I want.
Ma'am, get your hand out of the bag.
Are you going to make me?
Okay, I'll be right back. Go and get help.
I mean, she's literally doing the mem, isn't she? Why don't you people mind their own business? We want to be able to be loud, disruptive, destructive, antisocial, and criminal without being called out on our bullshit. I did promise at the end of this video then to show you one more that hopefully will sort of recalibrate us all a little bit, where we actually start looking at certain communities as the problem in our countries, and actually that's not necessarily true. There's elements within those communities, of course, but like anything, guys, we need to be pushing to uphold our own standards to grow those communities around us and the people in those communities better. Remember, fitness, family, finance, fuel, and faith I talk about all the time. But if you're not lifting yourself up, then people around you won't see that, and they're not going to respond to it, and they're going to be left down there causing absolute mayhem. Here in London, then,
E14.
we're seeing some young black men attacking another man here.
20 probably. Bikes, balaclavas,
And some people are coming out of a pub, it looks like, getting involved. It can be quite a dodgy place, London, sometimes. However, you can see this. Look, there is a guy there and a guy, but
yes.
They're all attacking him, look.
Harbour, yes.
All attacking him. He's got a knife, I think.
Oh my god, oh my god, they're gonna stab him up. Oh my god.
No, he's the one with the knife.
Yeah, they're saying that the guy that they're after is the guy with the knife. So these young men have jumped in to stop this guy with a knife causing crime. Look, they've got the knife off him. And there's adults involved there as well.
Okay.
So what they've actually done here is they've actually stopped what could be a very nasty thing from happening. All right, guys, quite an amusing little film there. But look, as it shows, there are some decent people within every single community trying to do the best things, trying to lift up everyone around them, right? Don't be dickish in the comments. Take that Ground News offer if you can, 40% off. They do sponsor the channel. Helps me keep doing this, guys, because it's a difficult place, YouTube, right now. Look, all the best to you, all right? Take care. Have a great weekend. Tim Davies, Fast Jet Performance.